Yeah,
I can't find my handkerchief.
Yeah, our stuff, our swag is getting a little out of control.
I'm just worried. I wore one of this today. Why? Am I going crazy?
I don't know. I got a hanky you can borrow. I mean, you'll need to wash it before you give it back. Because it'll be the dancing type of hanky. Because we'll put a little boogie in it. Welcome to the Preacher Podcast, brought to you by the Baltic Effect and Trentendo. My name is Trent. This is Nate.
Yo.
And here we are at the penultimate Season 2 episode. I don't think that's the way that you describe it. But
It is.
But yeah, before we get into anything else, I just want to say our hearts and minds and thoughts and prayers and everything are on the people that, survivors and people picking up the rubble from Harvey and the people that are about to undergo Irma. A lot of stuff's going down right now, and, this is going to go up. It's going to be a few days before it's going to hit the coast of Florida. Like, right now, it's over, like, all the freaking islands. It's been going over there, and... I just hope everybody's safe. Everybody listens
our country fellows in U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico.
Yeah, just hope everybody's, listening to what all the local people are saying to help them get out of there, and other people are helping welcome them in to get them out of there.
Yeah, let's be nice to each other, and also probably stop throwing plastic in the ocean.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. It's a combination of things. I suspect it's because we're trashing our planet.
Are you like the theorist from A Day After Tomorrow?
No, I'm
the Earth is resetting.
I'm the theorist.
We
who believes that our ex-vice president is right about things.
Yeah, of the crazy shit that he said, there's a few things that he got right. It's so hard.
He did help invent the internet too. This is true.
His dad invented pants.
So he was part of the group that helped come up with the. Okay, it's hard to say like I invented the internet. I mean, but
I know it's been watered down, or not watered down, but like diluted to the not diluted. That's the same thing as watered down. I don't know. It's been condensed. There it is, to the point of it being a meme.
Yeah.
So what the actual
condensed
facts are.
like Campbell's soup.
Ooh, yeah.
But this is brought to you by
Campbell's soup.
Campbell's soup. Tomato soup. Eat some with a grilled cheese sandwich, you piece of shit. Campbell's soup.
Hire us. We need money.
Yeah.
All right. So
how could they not use that? How could they not want it?
It's so funny now that I've started doing The Struggle Is Real. Okay, look. I do feel bad about giving you some shit on like the Mountain Dew or like there's an Amazon thing you'd said one time.
Yeah.
I don't retract anything from the Taylor Swift comment in the red.
Oh, that's
video.
totally fine.
Because
you don't have to.
But the rest of it, now that I've been
I don't have a lot of people on board with me on the pro Taylor front. I think it's me and like 7
billion people,
teenage girls who like her.
No, nothing against anybody that's a T-Sweezy fan.
Yeah,
it's just
I am one.
It's just that one comment. I stand firm on that one opinion. Rest of it, I'm sorry for giving you so much shit now that because I actually put up a new Struggle Is Real video this week, and I didn't post it because there's a lot of birthday shits going on. I didn't want people to think I'm telling him happy birthday, but now he's using this to, hawk his shit out here. I mean, I want people to watch it. I didn't get paid to do it, but it really sounds
his
like...
birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, but yeah,
What are you, what is it? What are you, like 30, 15?
33.
33. Just like the guy who lives above us in this... Well, just kidding, I was saying Jesus.
Jesus is 33.
He was when he died.
Guys, I got some living to do. I gotta go. Anyway, did put out a new one this week, and it's pretty cool. If you've ever wondered if those progressive snapshots work, you can find out.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it, because I always wondered.
People who died at 33. I forget how many. Eva Braun, Hitler's girlfriend.
This game is going real bad.
Jesus. I remember, because when I turned 34, I posted on Facebook all the people
of course you did.
all the people I was older than.
Of course you did.
And all those people who did a whole bunch of shit in their lives.
Yeah.
Before and died before I did.
That sounds like a Nate Bjork list kind of thing. All the best, the Jacks ranked.
Yeah.
25 Jacks ranked in order.
I actually removed Eva Braun from the list because she didn't actually accomplish that much shit in her life. She pissed on Hitler a couple times.
More famous than we are.
Yeah, that's good. Is she? Yes, she is.
Yeah, there's way more people. So,
I wonder if she's in hell.
Before we get into... Before we get into the episode, though, and trying to wean away from all death and destruction stuff, are there any questions this week? Do you have any?
No one submitted any, but I have questions for you.
Did you make them up originally, or are you making them up right now?
I made them up off of this thing.
By the way, your note that you left was on the back of one of your question things.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I used one. Oh, no, you reused it. Cool. Yep. Recycling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I left him a note, and I used the back of one of my little note cards. His mommy sent him a present.
I'm going to tell this.
I put a note on it.
Since you're already telling the story, though, my mom, if those of you can't figure out from how spoiled I sound, I am an only child. It's because if I had a sibling, I would have murdered it in utero.
In fact, that's what
Even
happened.
if we weren't twins, I would have murdered it in utero.
Hey, Mom, come here. Punch.
Because Trent don't compete. He wins. Mm-hmm. So, I guess that's the douchiest thing. But I'm not cocky about a whole lot of things. I think I'm pretty, what's the opposite of cocky? Self-conscious about a lot of things. I think that wasn't a long one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I go humble, but I'm more like neurotic.
Okay.
I think that humble is like
what
a nice person is. I'm just like, no, I'm not good at that. People aren't going to like me, and they're going to make fun of me.
Oh, geez, Rick.
Oh, hell, geez,
like
Rick.
Toxic Morty.
Yeah, Toxic Morty, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for the few times that I can be, like, humble, I turn the sound on.
Oh, you piece of shit.
I'll turn it back on. So, anyway, what the fuck was I talking about? You got me so derailed.
I'm sorry.
Talking about, my mom, she loves me. And I got a great mom, and she likes to surprise me, but, she lives down back in Bama. I'm up here in Madison, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And so she texts Nate to ask, because she thought...
Sochi? Olympics?
Stop. She sent me a present and said I would figure out what it was. I'm trying to just get through this and get to the show. It's a nothing story that's like getting built up.
I know.
She thought that I would know what the present was by looking at the package. I wouldn't have, but she wanted Nate to hide it. And so we're all sitting around, a group of us, and Nate gets a text. He goes, got a text from your mom. And I look over and said, is it about my birthday present? And he goes, yeah. So he hit it and then put it around and left a note. There's the story. So, questions.
Yeah, first question. These questions are going to be dumb.
You know how to exercise my segue muscle.
Yeah, I do.
Horde.
These questions are going to be dumb, and there's only going to be 3 of them unless I make up more.
Awesome. I like it. Dumb and only 3.
What is the Saint of Killer's first name?
Francis.
William.
Oh, same thing.
What is the dog's name, I think?
Oh, Banjo.
Yeah. Nice. What? So JF Hoover or FJ or whatever the fuck his name is. Hoover. What is his rank in the Grail Foundation?
He's Lieutenant Chief.
Second lieutenant. Or as our friends across the pond would say, lieutenant.
What were we watching here recently where somebody called somebody Lieutenant?
I don't know.
Oh, it was Planet Terror.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Isn't Nick Ciar some kind of lieutenant?
He was. He absolutely
or
was.
Something?
Yeah. And he's been posting like a shit ton of stuff, man, for like this 50th celebration. And it's been awesome. It's been some really cool shit.
Yeah.
Like it's
his 50th birthday just happened, but he's been posting. Like, here's the thing about this.
Yeah. He's a big military dude, and like did a whole lot of stuff for the Canadian Army, and it's pretty cool to see someone who is so. I don't know. It's just it seems
he's had a rich life.
Yeah, he had a huge rich life.
You met the Queen.
It just feels different than the people I know in the military, because I don't know people in the American militaries that went like more than they just served like a tour or two. I don't know anybody that went even further than that. So it's nice knowing somebody, even though it's a different military. It's kind of neat. It's interesting. Yeah. But anyway, so do we have any questions so I can try and get one and turn that back on? Otherwise, that's to stay turned off.
Nope.
Wow, you just let everybody down.
I apologize.
You let everybody down.
I made you turn the sound on for one.
By me not having another question to redeem myself, you let 5s of people down. You think about that. So, all right. So this episode is down on your knees. Get on your knees. Get down on your knees. Where are you going, Rocky?
I was preparing.
Are you getting prepared?
Something about on your knees. Yeah.
And it didn't have as much of. I mean, it was more of like a on the surface kind of nod to what the episode was about because it was literal
yeah.
moments of people getting on their knees.
Yeah, I'd like to, there was a little bit, that's exactly what it was. It's like they're just like, hey, what are people doing a lot of? Okay, that's a theme.
I'm glad that you're kind of having kind of an attitude because
Yeah.
that's the kind of attitude I had towards the episode.
now,
I don't hate this episode, but
I just want to clarify the big overarching arc of the episode.
Sure.
Just to, because it kind of made no sense. It was kind of like a really roundabout way of doing things.
Okay.
So Hairstar wants Jesse to be new Messiah.
Yeah.
Right? So what he does is so what he does is he goes, okay, so let's get Saint of Killers. Okay? Let's get Saint of Killers and call up Hell also. Okay? So let's get Saint of Killers and say, hey, yo, Saint of Killers, S of King, K's, come help us out. We want you to help us. All right? So we'll get you something. We'll help you. You'll get some. We're lying to you right now. They're lying to him. They said, we want you to kill Jesse.
Well, I don't know that they were lying. They said, look, hell isn't going to, heaven isn't going to happen.
They lied to him by saying that they wanted him to kill Jesse. Because then what happened? Here's what happened. So he goes after Jesse. Then, meanwhile, you got Hoover and you got Lady sitting in the room, and they're both listening to Tulip and Cassidy's asinine conversation. And the lady goes, this is like worse than waterboarding. And I remember thinking, yeah, me too. And I'm watching this episode too. And it's also that boring. But anyways.
You know, Mythbusters tested waterboarding.
Yeah?
For some people, it's not bad at all. For some people,
Fish?
For some people, it's hell. But for some people, they're just
Fish, I bet you Aquaman doesn't mind it.
Some people are like, they did it for hours, and they were like, I'm just kind of annoyed. And then some people were like, you got to get me out of this. Like, they were freaking out.
I wonder if it's like, yeah.
It's like, I wonder if it's like cilantro.
Might be like cilantro.
That gene.
Cilantro. No thanks. Okay, so go visit cilantro.com and vote for your favorite
There
cilantros.
can't be a cilantro. Keep talking.
Anyways, no, I want you to listen to this.
I'm listening.
Okay, because I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, so then they, okay, so then they're like, okay, S of Killers, go Saint of K's, go kill Jesse. Okay, cool. And then meanwhile, Hoover and Lady are sitting there watching the TV, and then they're like, oi, he's on his way. And they look back and they say it to the people, Men in Black in the back. Turns out Men in Black are from hell people, right? So they're like, oi, they're on their way. They're like, okay, cool. So Santa Killers is like, I'm gonna kill you, Jesse, and he almost did, and it was so close. And then Hell's Angels come in, and they're all, no, hell no, you need to come back with us. You hear?
Oh no, hell no.
Yeah, you need to come with us because of some important shit. So it's a really and so as a result, Cassidy and Tulip get hauled off, and then like Jesse's like, Hairstar, they know about okay, I better go talk to Hairstar. And so it's a really cockamamie way of convincing Jesse to become the Messiah by scaring him with Saint of Killers, sticking Saint of Killers on him. It was really cockamamie, and that's what they were doing, right? That was the point?
I thought it was more so, and maybe I'm way off on this. It might be that, but it also might be that they were trying to scare Cassidy and Tulip to leave him. Because that also was, we do know that was a motivation of Hairstar, was to get rid of the friends, Yeah. Like that kind of a relationship where they start pulling you in to be their own and pushing the friends away.
Yeah.
And with success, I don't know how much the Saint of Killers did to Jesse, because Jesse's on. It seems like Jesse just kind of does what Jesse wants. Who knows what's actually going to be the thing that knocks him off his path of doing what he wants to do. But I could see that. Here's the problem. If it's kind of ambiguous a little bit, so that's also kind of a sloppy thing they did. This episode was kind of a mess. It had cool things in it, which I'll talk about in a moment. But I wonder if the thought is that all of it is the goal. Him becoming the Messiah and them leaving. You know what I mean? Maybe it's both. Maybe he's capable of, maybe I'm giving the show too much credit, but maybe that character is so capable of such a complex thing. He's like inceptioning this idea by making it a bunch of little parts that makes one. Maybe that's it. Maybe the show's more brilliant than we realize.
Could be.
I oftentimes assume that things are smarter or better than me when I don't understand them.
Yeah, and sometimes it turns out they're not. It turns out they're dumb. Like, that's the way it is with a lot of things.
Sure. Like most board games.
So it took me like, what's the point of all this?
It felt pointless, and it drug on. The only good thing out of it, I was literally walking around the day before I watched the episode thinking, gosh, I miss having a good fight in this show. I miss, like, first season when Jesse and Cassidy are fighting, making it real hard to go back on that word. When Jesse and Cassidy are fighting Bjore Strip.
Yeah, Bjore Strip.
Whatever. Hinkeldink?
Humperdoo.
Not Humperdoo. The fucking Angels.
Yeah.
Remember, they're fighting them in the hotel room.
Fior and the other guy.
Yeah, they're fighting them in the hotel room. They keep coming back. That was awesome. When Jesse gets into that first fight in the bar, that was awesome. I feel like this show. I'm going to kind of take a short tangent and get back to your point.
Please.
Because I want to ask you a question.
I want to answer your question.
I would consider you the action TV. Whoa, I just had to burp. The action TV show guy. You watch far more action TV shows than I ever have. Like, that's your jam. You get down for the Arrows, the Daredevils. You were trying to fight your way through Iron Fist just to watch Defenders.
I watched
Jessica Jones.
I
Luke
didn't even
Cage.
get through half an episode of Iron fucking Fist.
Wow, I made it further than you did in Iron Fist. But you watch Flash and you love those action-esque shows. I don't like a lot of action TV because I feel like it's watered down versions of movie action. Because oftentimes...
It's interesting. I mean, it's wrong.
To me, the action doesn't look as good. But in this show, to me, the action looks awesome. The fighting looks better than most other shows. But I'm not into shows with a lot of fighting in them.
Yeah.
I'm into movies with a lot of fighting in them. How do you feel about the fighting in this show? Do you feel like it ranks up to all these other shows that you watch?
Oh, absolutely not. But
really?
Oh no, but the fighting's few and far between, my friend.
Well, what if
it's
well, not quantity.
Comic book. Like it's like and it's not like okay. So
is all the
one
other
thing I like
comic
about
shows,
Daredevil, right, is he gets tired during fights. In a fight, and he gets hit, and he's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This one, they're like, he's like punch and. And Jesse's like, whoa, lands, gets back up, you sort of, like, come on. If you punch me that hard, if the City Killers punch me in the stomach, at 50%,
enough to knock you up in the air.
At 50% of his power, like if he pulled his punch, I'd be choking for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, but you also, that kind of shit
and I have a really strong body, but I don't.
Does that shit not happen in, like, Flash and things like that? Smallville?
Like, I guess not, but, like,
really?
I don't know. I guess it does. I don't know. People going flying through walls and then they're fine. I get it. I believe it with Cassidy. I don't believe that Jesse can take that much abuse.
Okay.
Now...
That's interesting.
I
like the fighting in this, and you
if the guy who was getting his ass kicked was that dented forehead guy in Banshee, Lucas Hood.
Yeah, but everybody,
I would believe that.
Yeah, but everybody in that show gets, like, bloody by the end of it. Yeah.
He's got a literal dent in his forehead, probably from being punched in it so many times.
Yeah. That show is awesome. But
yeah, so good.
But I wanted to ask you about that because I feel like you watch so many of them, you would be the good authority to stack it up.
I'm not an authority. But I do prefer things.
Well, it's not that. It's that you have enough of a repertoire that you have good comparisons to compare it to. Whereas I don't watch literally any of those fucking shows.
But you watch lots of action movies.
I do. It's different. It's fucking different. It just is different. I mean, what's the last action movie we saw? Fucking Dunkirk? Is that count?
We saw Chef a couple nights ago. John Favreau, he really gives it. When he tenderized that meat.
But, I don't think he tenderized meat at all.
I don't think he did either. I was just trying to think of something.
There's a big difference in.
You know what he fought? The hunger of all those nice people who wanted to have a delicious Cuban sandwich.
What was it we watched? Like, well, no, I can't. Well, we just watched Plant Terror. We can't count that, or Machete, because that's comic booky. That's over the top. But I wouldn't compare those to it. But like a serious action flick, like a. Well, none are coming to mind now because I keep thinking of like Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that. But I don't know. I just feel like action in movies, they have more time to do it. They're working with a crazy higher budget. what they're filming it on already looks better than what they're using for TV. To me, it is a higher caliber. The downside is you don't have as long to like grow into these stories and have arcs and have mini seasons and things like that. There's a huge downside to it. That's the interesting thing. I like that Jesse's fighting style has been different. If you think back to when he was fighting, the first time that we see the Holy Grail, or the Grail, the fight, I talked about how the punches were sped up at the last second. And it was like really quick because he was fighting like 3 guys. But this one, he's throwing fucking like everything.
They're haymakering each other.
Yeah, because he's a bigger guy. And it was slower, and it was more like,
it was really cool when Tulip was dodging all those punches.
That was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tulip got the best part.
Santa Killer's, he's not a boxer.
No. No, he's a pick things up and thrower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see him look back at his mitt?
Yeah.
His mitts and then punch him.
So cool. So cool. Snow cool. No, so I want to, I think that's cool when you're that big and can absorb that much damage, and where you're just like, I'm just going to take my time with this punch, acknowledging that I'm going to get hit about the head and face and back with a metal rod.
You're going to need somebody to throw like 3 D8s to get you off that. Am I
Yeah,
right?
you're going to need at least plus modifiers.
There ain't no magic missiles taking that down.
No. Well, a magic missile will automatically hit, but it won't take it down.
Someone's been gaming. All right, so...
That's what I like about magic missile. It's an automatic hit.
Yeah, but... Okay. So getting back into kind of the mess that was this episode, what their motives and everything are.
So before we get into that, magic missile.
Very good.
Okay, go ahead. Consider. I didn't want to have anything actually before we talk about that.
No, okay, so we're presumably, hopefully, done with I'm scared of the Santa Killers. I'm going to sit around and mope or go do self-destructive things. Tulip. Tulip was awesome. I thought it was cool how everybody...
Do you think this could have helped her, actually? Helped her
Maybe.
PTSD in a person who doesn't understand clinical psychology?
But
like...
Well, he told her, I'm not here for you.
Yeah.
And she had a choice. It was fight or flight, and she chose to fight. And yeah, he roughed her up. But here's what's cool is that this time instead of Cassidy coming to her with the finger stopping the sword, it's Jesse that's like put her down. The thing with this I want to bring up is he does this whole fight. He doesn't try the voice again. He tries it one time and it does that weird voice thing it did last week, which didn't work on the other guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he didn't clear his throat and try again.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows it's wearing out. I don't know. And also, I don't know what they did to the Santa Killer. Something was done in the back of that truck. Presumably with some kind of device. I don't know if it stripped him of his soul. Yeah. If it did, does that mean the Grail now has a part of Jesse's soul? Yeah. That could be something.
If Jesse talks to someone who doesn't understand English, would it work on them?
No.
No?
It doesn't.
Okay.
Well, in the comic, anyways.
Okay, because that'd be interesting.
If you don't understand or can't hear, then yeah, you're out.
Okay.
But
interesting.
Yeah. So
stop crying, baby. And baby's like, I don't understand.
And I've mentioned this before too to you. I don't know if I said it on the show, but in the comic, it didn't work on Tulip, which was a very interesting thing. There was a point when they kiss in the comic, and she's like, "Yeah, you used the voice on me, you prick," and he's like, and they're like, "Oh wait, it doesn't affect you."
Ooh.
Exactly, which I think is way fucking cooler. I will say that the backstory of the Santa Killers, one more bash on the episode, and then I'll talk about some shit like one more bash on the Santa Killers. Not the backstory I needed. I could give a...
But it wasn't the backstory you deserved.
Really? You think that's all I deserve?
I was just saying things.
Oh, I guess that's what I get. I guess I had it coming. You know best.
It was sweet.
I'm just gonna go over here and kick
it was
her
sweet.
out.
It made him like he's putting salt in his milk to make his little girl laugh. That's cute.
I already understood how much he loved him.
Yeah.
He loved it enough to go through fucking
I wanted to see it again, though.
I want to hear the backstory of how he got created. I want to hear what's going to happen when he talks with Satan. That's what I want. I don't give... Oh,
you know what I think about Satan? I think Satan...
So afraid to ask.
...is missing.
Oh, you think so?
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So she's all boss lady, like hair star for devils.
Got it.
Is her, and she's all
hell manager.
Yeah, and Santa Killer's like, I want to talk to Satan, and she's like, he wants to talk to you too, because she's southern in my voice when I do it, because that's the only girl voice I can do is a southern one.
What was it that you said?
So
what was it you said about accents? It's a good thing you do a lot of
accents.
accents.
I'm not good at any of them. So, yeah. I do a lot of accents for someone who's not good at it. That's what it is. Yeah. So
Did you notice they fucking aped one of my lines that I've said?
No.
They said you don't corner the market in like being sad or something.
Yeah, you say that shit.
And I say you don't have a monopoly on whatever thing
Yeah.
I'm making fun of.
Yeah.
Ha!
Ha.
Ha.
So they're literally just talking about Satan to Satan killers, to the S of K's. And then Robo Amish Beard Man and Demon Lady, because he's really big and looks like a robot with an Amish beard.
Yeah, I got you.
So he's like cyber Knight.
Don't know where the cybers come from, but it's fine.
Because he looks like a robot.
Okay.
Because he's big.
Okay.
Anyways.
Is that why you don't like hats? Because people's head. No, it's a guard. I've watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 way too many times the past few weeks.
I think you watched it the right amount of times.
I'm going to watch it probably again while this is rendering tonight. I was like thinking about it all day. I was like, ooh, I could be working. Or I could watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 again. I haven't learned all of the words to it.
So as they're walking out, they just literally finished talking about Satan. So we're thinking about Satan, right?
Sure.
And dude goes...
I mean, when are we not?
Dude goes, any word? And she goes, none, or no, she goes, any word. One of them says any word, the other one goes, none yet, and then find him. So I think that they're trying to find Satan too.
That's not what that was for.
That's what I think it was for.
That was for Hitler and Eugene.
I think it was for...
Last episode, they knew they were missing.
I think it was for Satan, and now you're right. That's not for Satan. God damn it! That would have been so cool if God and Satan were like, peace, yeah, spring break. You know, Satan and God like we're both like, you know what? Let's quit.
I think if that were the case, I'd just kind of like give up on the show.
Well, I mean, the show's already stupid.
It's got potential to get back to being cool.
You know.
I mean, it's gotten a little off the rails. It could redeem itself with an awesome season finale and come back next season and quit fucking jerking us around. I will say that it does push me to my limits. If we have another season of this next season, I don't know how much I'm going to stay into it. You know what I mean? Because it's already very much so. Hey, guess what? We got a job making this show. Pat it. Like instead, there's tons of stuff to pull from. Write a bunch of shit. You're already going off in a different direction. Things that gives you more to write about. Quit weighing shit down and let's move forward and have stuff happen. So that's one of the reasons I'm excited about next week. I mean, I just hope it's not a fucking nothing ending like that season of Walking Dead where they drove around for an hour and a half. So
I want to talk about a couple other things that I liked about the show, and then we can say your things. Is that okay?
Yeah, I want to get to good things now because there are stuff that I really liked.
That deep ass swamp. It was so small, but it's so fucking deep. It was like an ocean.
It was like 20,000 leagues under the swamp.
I remember.
It was so far down.
There was my family had like some property on a lake, up in northern Minnesota,
and an armored truck.
No, yes,
and a swamp.
But like it was a big ass lake, and it's Minnesota, and there's a million lakes, so it's not special.
Yeah, there's like land of a million lakes.
Yeah, it's literally a million lakes. So.
And some assholes always like, it's actually not 10,000 lakes, and you're like I want to stab you.
I think you've said that to me.
No, I've never said that.
Okay, good. Because I hate that guy who says that.
Well, who cares?
Yeah.
It
depends on what you mean by lake.
That's also a boring person. This is what I talk about.
My parents bought some land. Actually, my parents bought some land, and on it, surrounding a lake, a really small lake, unnamed, I think.
Oh.
So I told them to name it
Nate Bjork.
Ooh. I was going to say something cool like Ghost Lake or something, like Lake of the Demon Fire, like that.
Lake Demon Fire. Perfect.
Yeah.
Lovely day at Lake. No.
Yeah.
No.
Dagger
This
sword.
is what I was talking about the other day is when people just say anything that comes to their mind without regard of it being interesting or not. And I'm not going to say that everything I say is interesting, but I try to think about what I'm going to say before it gets out and think, is this worth wasting someone's time over? I value someone else's attention if they're going to give it to me if I'm going to speak. Whereas, someone says, it's not actually 10,000 likes. Who goes, that's fascinating. Tell me more. Bless you.
Thank you. Oh man, wow.
I know. We're both getting like the last tiny little remnants of a cold out.
Oh, woof.
The last little bitty bits. Like probably next week we'll be back 100.
Yeah.
We're at like 95, 97%.
Yeah. And you know what we'll say when we're better? That.
Keep going.
Okay, I will. Deep ass swamp. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh no.
Parents naming their own lake.
No, but that was an aside to the story.
Cool.
But the lake we had was I think Clitheroe Lake or something. Who gives a shit?
It's enough that everybody there gets their own lake.
I remember for a project.
Welcome to Minnesota,
one of these,
here's your lake.
For a project in science class or something. I did one of those things where you cut the cardboard out, and so it's like a 3D rendering of the lake, and finding out that it goes like 40 feet down in spots, and I'm thinking that's fucking deep.
That is deep.
That swamp was deeper than 40 feet, probably.
It looks to be like that, but if you look at how they did it, it could have been 40 feet deep. But there's no way that swamp was 40 feet deep.
It was crazy. So I like that. I don't know if it's real or not. Probably not, but I like it. The next thing was, I don't know what potash is.
Potash. I know that.
I looked up. It's not like a drink. Okay. The next thing he says is they're talking about something about how like something's made out of foreskin and
Baby formula.
Cassidy's.
It's baby formula.
Yeah, Cassidy
was talking about.
Yeah, and he was talking about how he was all up in arms about it because it's cannibalism, and I'm like, you're a vampire, bitch.
I feel like Jesse would have got to that point eventually. But you know, when you think about it, him always having these ramblings about crazy stuff is kind of very apropos because his character's crazy old. And you think about like old people like rambling about stuff and ranting. It's great that he's always got some kind of thing that he knows it's like to be his conspiracies and stuff like that because he is an old man.
Yeah, he is an old man.
It's pretty funny.
So,
I love that.
And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was at first I was like, how did Jesse know where to go at the end of this to find Harry Stark? Because in the first time he had a shit over his head. But then I remembered, at the end of the last episode,
he just left.
He just left.
Yeah, so he just went.
But at first I was like, I found a problem with the episode.
He checked in there.
Yeah.
At Hair Stars.
Yeah.
Bitches.
So
I'm gonna say a thing that I really liked was Eugene and Hitler.
Okay.
I thought it was cool.
Right.
We moved forward. Apparently he got diddled as a young boy. I didn't understand why killing him was the right thing to do.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That didn't make sense.
I
don't understand how his dad was capable of being saying that I love you and forgiving him thing when what's her tits couldn't.
So I think here's my thoughts with that. And I interrupted you and I apologize.
No, I was done actually.
My thoughts with that were it doesn't have to make sense to us. It has to make sense to Eugene because they develop their hells out of their brains.
So okay.
And so in order for that to be the window to open, those things had to be resolved for Eugene in a way that made sense for him. So in a way that made sense for him,
his dad had to say he loved him, and she had to not do it because of him.
Those were the thing, and then kill the.
He had to not worry about him diddling him anymore.
Yeah, so like I think that was what it was. Is he had to have like it was like a ghost's unfinished business, but the kind where it's
hell's unfinished business.
Yeah,
I like it. And I like Hitler's just like, all right, time to go.
Yeah,
I love how like annoyed Hitler is with his dream, his thing. When his is clearly more fucked up than Hitler's, even though Hitler's more fucked up than he is.
Well, so. I wonder what Hitler's the whole is like. Like he's sitting there, and then all of a sudden, everyone starts laughing at his.
Maybe he's naked all of a sudden.
Yeah, and then also they did have more strudel in the back. They just didn't want him to have any.
Everyone else gets served strudel around him.
We're out of strudel. Sorry.
He has to sit there and watch everybody get strudel.
We're not strudel, plum cake, whatever.
Or hold on.
Get the point. Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Hitler's worst day. Everyone else got plum cake.
Yeah.
But anything else that you really dug in the episode? I'm excited for next week, but I want big fights and crazy shit happening, and us to see maybe a talk with Satan and shit like that.
Man, what if Satan's played by some cool dude?
Yeah, they always do. Like, hopefully they stick with what movies have done.
What if it's like, I want it to be something unexpected.
Yeah,
like
a
Andy lady.
Lady's good. The Devil's been played by a lady before.
Oh, okay.
Like Devil Wears Prada, Bedazzled. Whatever Bedazzled was based off of, maybe it was also called Bedazzled.
Bedazzled, yep.
Not that more so men, but it'd be cool if it was a lady. There's lots of ladies that could play a really awesome one. They tend to stick to like.
What if it's Randall Flagg?
That guy still acts.
Yeah.
He was just in.
But dressed as Randall Flagg.
That guy was just in a movie called Spotlight. Came out maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It's
Moonlight. Yeah, that's where they were on the beach in the hand job.
This movie's awesome.
Yeah,
Spotlight. Don't fuck with me on this. Spotlight's really good.
Chef special at the end.
Fuck you. It's so good.
I know. It won an Oscar this year.
Moving on. Fuck. I can't wait till the next time I can do it to you. You get so mad when I do it to you.
So do you.
Well,
this is why we do this to each other.
Normally I've been like okay with it, but I'm actually really passionate about this one movie.
Spotlight.
You should check it out.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for you to say.
Oh, I'll watch it.
Hand job.
I'm not going to watch it tonight
Chef
because
special.
tonight I'm watching American Horror Story. Cult.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out. We haven't decided if anyone's going to cover it on Baltic Effect. I'm not.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm not interested in podcasts on because they've let me down too much. But anyway, go check out Spotlight and Moonlight for that matter.
Moonlight and Spotlight, both of them.
No, but Randall Flagg was in that one. The guy.
Randall Flagg was in Moonlight?
And Spotlight.
And Spotlight?
Let's read some emails. I don't give a shit what else you thought about this episode. I'm done with you.
I broke Trent.
I'm fucking done.
I broke him.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna wait until it's my time. When it's my time, I'm gonna fucking crush him in the ground.
Okay.
You want to read it or you want me to read it? I'll read it. I got it up.
Oh, I gotta do our letter thing.
So this week we got an email from Shane Ogle. If you want to send us an email, get it into us by next week. I say if you want to send us stuff in the off season, you can do that. You still can. Just won't get read until next year. But if we get some stuff, we'll hang on to it till next year. But if you got something you want to say, any thoughts, get it into us by next week. Doesn't have to be a formal email. You can leave a comment on the video down below. But if you want to send an email, send it to balticeffect@gmail.com. If you want me to do some quiz questions next week, send them to nate@natebjork.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want the tits?
What the shit is that?
Just Canadian Club.
Whoa, I haven't Canadian Club in a while.
Or Clarissa and Frank.
Clarissa and Frank?
No idea who those people are.
Not mine.
Me neither.
I don't know either of those two people. Tits it is.
Tits it is.
Yeah, here we go.
Cheers.
Yeah. Nate says, hola, guess who actually watched the episode this time?
Nate said that.
I watched it. Wow, that is totally Canadian Club. I could do that blind.
He meant Trent. He meant Shane.
Who did I say?
You said Nate says, hola.
Shane says, hola, guess who actually watched the episode this time? Aren't y'all proud of me? Here's some bullet points I found while crawling through Hell's ventilation system. Wait, why does Hell even have a ventilation system? I thought the same thing. Is anybody breathing? No.
It's not real.
Okay.
They should have been doing it without their shoes on.
Why?
Oh, because to get to hell, you have to die pretty hard.
Wait, now I thought I had it. What are you talking about?
Die Hard.
What about Die Hard?
I don't know. No shoes, climbing through ventilation. Yeah, you're pulling my leg right now.
Come out the West Coast.
Sometimes you pretend not to.
Come out the West Coast.
They said.
I like that a lot. I like doing that when I'm doing stuff. That's my. I don't know why I find that funny. I don't know that I find it funny. I think I find it whimsical. Moving on. First bullet point. Speaking of Hell, it seems like the ultimate therapy Eugene got to. Let me read the punctuation in the sentence as well. Speaking of Hell, it seems like the ultimate therapy. Eugene got to work out all his issues with that girl, the creepy mascot, and his dad.
Why was the scout leader dressed as a mascot? I think it's because mascots are funny. And it calls back to the last season when mascots were getting punched in the face.
That one mascot was like getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the same guy. I don't know. Next bullet point. Sock. That's okay. Spent at least a week in that truck in the swamp, and the light stayed on, and the water never got in. That's a well-built soul truck.
Soul truck.
It's my favorite song from the 70s, is Soul Truck.
Yeah.
Next bullet point.
I don't give a soul fuck.
16 minutes into the episode before Jesse showed up, and I didn't mind at all. We're starting to get that way, too. Next bullet point. Seriously.
They did a good job making Jesse look tired and dank as fuck. Like, his hair was looking shitty. He looked tired. They did a good job.
It didn't look like he had just fixed his hair.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm kind of getting tired of the supposed main character of the show. I still like the concepts they deal with, but Jesse is insufferable sometimes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
More and more as it goes along. Next bullet point. Dennis was snooping in Cass's room for a secret puppy to eat. Why does Cass have a secret puppy?
It's Dennis's puppy, remember?
It's Dennis's. He took it away to punish him. I felt like there was a presumption he was going to eat it, but I think
thought so too.
I think it's more that he's punishing Dennis, and so that's why.
And he's also, you know who else he's punishing? Banjo.
Yeah, and Kazooie.
Yeah, neither of them like being in that little drawer.
Next bullet point.
I'd pee in that drawer and all over Cass's clothes if I was that dog.
He probably
and
is.
Cass is probably wearing it too because he's like, oh, I don't know what. Pretend that was an Irish accent.
Is he vomiting in Irish?
Mm-hmm.
Next bullet point. Cass is going on about foreskin and baby formula. It's cannibalism. Next bullet point. I wonder if that's why those babies were in hell for eating foreskin formula. Maybe that was an interesting thing. He's like, babies. Why is Genesis shorting out? I don't know. That's what I want to know as well. More unanswered questions. They'll probably just forget about it next episode. And then next season, they're like, oh yeah, you know how we built that in? Next bullet point. Jesse's concerned about sending the sainted killers to hell because he has my soul, but only 1%, right?
Mm-hmm. I think he just doesn't understand how it works.
But isn't
Would you feel that 1%?
Isn't it only the 1% that matters?
Well, you know what? Here's the thing: the other 99%.
Yeah, I know. Making a joke. Do you
The other 99% is like another thing.
Oh, okay.
So I was just going with I was running with yours.
I don't know that one. What does that mean?
It's I don't know. They share memes.
Okay. Next bullet point. So many trigger happy people these days. It's so hard to fucking keep up. Next bullet point. Do you think Cass really saw a unicorn? Hold on. Give me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
absolutely.
No.
It's a big world.
He's high.
Summer. Deal with it. Get used to it. Right, Rick?
I don't know how a Rick thing to respond to that, but
Okay.
but no, I think he was high as shit.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was high. I'm gonna take that stance.
I love the little. It was funny when Tulip and Jesse were going on, pretending to misunderstand about the ice cream cone.
It's
It's like the kind of thing we do to each other to piss each other off. They're doing that. They were Trentonating Cassidy.
Yeah.
And he was so mad. He's
like
like, no, there was not ice cream.
I'm like that. She goes, he's licking ice cream. Like, where'd you get from the ice cream truck? he's drinking Riverwort. It's probably because he's thirsty. Because ice cream makes everyone knows that.
That's a
That is good. Next bullet point. Do I understand it right? Jesse wants to replace Humpadoo as Messiah because Genesis chose him. Does he not worry about Genesis acting up lately? It doesn't look like anybody thinks about anything realistically in the show. That's actually, you gave it more thought than they did about as far as it acting up. I'm really aggravated that that's not being discussed or something. I was going to ask you another question. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll finish the email and then I'll ask you the question.
I'll think about my answer while he's...
Next bullet point. I hope Jesse gets some kind of comeuppance next week. He needs a dose of humility if I'm going to root for him all next season. That's a good fucking point. Okay, I gotta go read the ingredients list on my toothpaste to make sure they didn't sneak any foreskins in it. Chernobyl.
Thank you, Chernobyl.
They did. Okay, so here's how it goes.
I was circumcised when I was 11, and I don't know what they did with my foreskin.
We didn't need to know that.
I think it's a fun little factoid about Nate.
I think we've hit the limit of...
No, that's a fun factoid.
I think you've now shared everything
circumcised
with the
at age 11. That's fun. It's a fun fact.
Who's it fun for? Who's having fun right now?
Comment below if you think that was a fun fact.
Okay, but please do.
Yeah.
I welcome that.
Yeah. I'm not telling you why either.
Here's my question.
Comment below why you think I had that done.
Okay, motherfucker, here's my question.
Please.
All right, all of a sudden, somebody kidnaps you.
So far, so good.
And you're in there. You all of a sudden, bags off the head. You're in an office, and they're like, Trent's gonna be the next Messiah. You're holding him back. You're gonna hold up the rest of humanity, fucking going forward, having the right thing to believe in, going down the right path. You've been already holding him back. Do you then have a conversation to talk about how you should, or at least ask me, do I feel like that, or how do you react? What do you do?
Well, first I'd roll a deception check. Right? Let's see if he's telling the truth.
Nice.
And if he is telling the truth,
He's telling the truth.
then I'd have to. I guess I would say I would stop you. I would stop myself from holding you back.
Okay.
If that's the case, you gotta spread your wings and fly, little Messiah baby.
Okay. Now, let's flip the script. Somebody tells you that I'm holding you back,
Tells me
and
that
you're next Messiah.
I'm gonna be like, he's not holding me back.
See how it is?
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Like they were both like, all right, we're gonna just go, and he's like, no, don't go. Mm-hmm. I feel like
Interesting.
he didn't.
Interesting little thought
Little
experiment.
exercise, yeah. That's the thing is, I think that everyone would react the same way to those two things. If it's their friend that they actually care about.
They'd be like, no, they're not holding me back.
Yeah, and
I'm doing exactly what I want to do.
And you know how like fucking stubborn I can be when it comes to like me taking my own path on things?
Yeah,
if someone tells
absolutely.
me that somebody's holding me back, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm gonna go the path I want around the people I want to be around. Mm-hmm. If I don't want to be around them, I won't be around them. But if I want to be around them, then I guess that's my path, fucker. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be the thumbnail. No, it won't, because I'm not gonna search for that. But no, it's an interesting thing to think about. My biggest problem, more so than any other problem I've had with Jesse this whole season, is he didn't really fight it. Like, he could have said, you know, hey, maybe he's just not good at fucking compromise or something. But I don't know. If my friends were like, hey, we were talking about beaches and guns. Well, the world's kind of been going on for as long as it's existed, for the all of Earth's existence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's been going on. It's as old as dirt.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's where Earth gets its name.
It literally means dirt. So I have a feeling that the world's going to keep spinning on for a little while longer. Yeah. He doesn't have to do it right away. So what if he says, you know what? Fuck it. I am going to do this later. I don't give a shit about looking for God anymore. They're right. But I told my friends we're going to go to the fucking beach and we're going to quit worrying about shit and we're going to have a little bit of fun for a little while. Because even when they're pissed off and like sad about each other, you notice that conversation. I've had conversations like that before where you know a big conversation's about to come up, but you're friends, so you're having like a joking, cutting up, just regular, hey, this came to my mind, I want to talk about it conversation. And then you finish it and you're like, all right, so let's talk about it now. They're still capable of doing that. They're still good friends. They still like each other. But the problem is that there's a lot that's happened and people aren't knowing how to process it. And no one's doing it in a healthy manner.
Sure.
And I feel like there could have been compromises made. I feel like he could have said, all right, we'll do the beaching thing later, but let's go do this right now.
I don't even know what it means for Jesse to be the Messiah. Like, what does it mean? Like, he has to like say, like, does Pope have to like have a coming out ceremony for him? Like, is he gonna have his Christianera?
That's good. That's good.
I just made that up.
It's because it's the only time you'll ever get to use that. When is that word ever going to come up again? But it's good. Very
thank you.
But I feel, even like last week, there were some things that were going on between Jesse and them when he could have been like, he just is so awkward with them. And maybe that's why they're so hesitant to leave him, is that they know he just is bad at this. It's not that he doesn't care. Maybe he doesn't care, but it's also he's got no fucking tact when it comes to keeping his friendships happy. He's not the kind of guy that's going to go around getting on his knees and begging you to be friends with him.
Yeah.
He's like, I like your company. I like hanging out with you. Do you want to hang out? No. Well, I'm going to go do this. Well, it's nice to meet you. Instead of being like, I do like your company. You know what? If you don't necessarily want to do this, maybe we could do that too.
Yeah.
Compromise in relationships, friendships, any kind of relationship you have with another human being. Any kind of relationship, even with animals, like your fucking cat, I have to compromise with on a daily basis. God damn.
Well, she's sleeping.
Yeah, she's out. Yeah, good. She'll be up meowing her head off in a minute when I'm editing. So
yeah.
But that's the cornerstone of it, and we're watching this human this character that's so emotionally constipated that he can't fucking voice stuff and make his friendships better, and he's looking like he's gonna end up losing them.
Fucking broken toy.
He is a broken toy. He is a fucking broken toy. Maybe that's why maybe if he's a broken toy, there are a couple of the what is it, kicked puppies? That's what they are. That's what Cassidy until they left,
And then they need to go to the island of misfit toys and be fixed by that guy.
Was it the dentist?
Frosty the Snow. Yes, whatever.
All right, let's shut this down.
Yeah, shut it down. Pull the plug.
Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. One more episode next week, last one of the season. Until then, Nate is nice.
Trent is nice.
Stella's a pretty kitty. And we love you. Man, Canadian Club is so... It's like the Kool-Aid of whiskey.
Yeah, it tastes like nothing.
Nothing shitty because you could drink the hell out of it.
Sure.
It's the summer shandy of whiskey. It's if you're gonna drink a lot of whiskey, Canadian Club. Maybe they'll give us a nice sponsorship.